Hello everybody, you can call me Hunch, and today I'm going to be talking about the Bitcoin ecosystem BRC20s. I'm going to be talking about STX, ALEX, and DIKO, some of my favoritist things. Now, I just want to say at the beginning of this, I think you can win with any chain, right? I think Bitcoin is going to be the biggest winner this cycle, or the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? Stacks, BRC20s, ordinals, so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean you can't win with Solana, right? If you're a Solana expert, if you're an Ethereum expert, if you're an Avalanche expert. But it's very hard to really understand the multi-chain space, right? So, for example, I'm really into Bitcoin. It would be tremendously hard to move between Bitcoin and Solana and their DeFi platforms, and then also Avalanche, right? I gotta understand the wallets. I've gotta understand airdrops. I've got to understand IDOs or whatever the case may be between all these. Now, if you're like me and you have a hard time focusing on every chain, my suggestion would be, in a theoretical portfolio, have exposure to all the L1s you think are going to do well. So Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, Avalanche, some people like Algorand, right? And then under that, you specialize. You pick one to specialize in. For me, it's Bitcoin. But that doesn't mean I don't have exposure to Avalanche or Solana or Algorand or so on and so forth. I'm not saying I do. I'm not saying I don't. So, but it would be very difficult to invest in all their smaller altcoins under them, right? Their protocols. So I just want to say that before we got started and dove into this. So what I was saying, I think Bitcoin is going to be the main chain this bull run, right? We've got the institutional money coming. Days feel like weeks and months, right? I mean, you go up 10x in a week or 2 weeks, right? And it's like euphoric, right? We went up crazy, right? Bitcoin had this pump, all these BRC20s went up, and now we're having a bit of a pullback. In my opinion, I would not panic. I would not sell. I would continue to position yourself, whether that's in Stacks or Solana, the Solana chain or whatever, in the coins you think are going to do well when Bitcoin starts to break its all-time high. Now, when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, I would still be investing. When Bitcoin doubles or triples or goes 4x, you have to be thinking about, if we do start having pullbacks, is it a time to pull out and take my profits? So just saying that there. Now, that doesn't mean we can't have a collapse. I would still be positioning even if we do collapse. Continue to fund this theoretical account, assuming you live in a jurisdiction that's allowed, and assuming you have the funds. Please feed your families. Okay, don't max out your credit cards. Don't become insane degenerates. When I talk about things, it's with the assumption that you're a responsible human being, that you're doing things legally, appropriately, so on and so forth. So the further out, you have to know your risk curves. You have to know your market caps. You have to know, how far down, how big the ecosystem is, and how that relates to risk. I can't teach you that, right? So, again, not financial advice. Do your own portfolio. I cannot save you. Nobody else can save you. There is nobody to blame if you lose other than yourself. So I just have to say that. Nobody is forcing you to invest in these things. So just be very careful, right? Okay, so if everyone has noticed, Solana has been pumping. That and I used to hate Solana. I don't hate it anymore. Okay, I don't think it's terrible. Do I love it? No, I don't love it. But that doesn't mean I'm not invested in my theoretical portfolio. It doesn't mean I don't think it can go 10x or 20x, right? It doesn't mean I don't think there'll be DeFi platforms on there. It doesn't mean I don't like Phantom Wallet, right? It's just I'm not going to go deeper down into the ecosystem yet. I mean, I'm trying. I'm experimenting. I downloaded the Phantom Wallet for the first time. All of you would be very proud of me. Okay, so let's go on a little bit further why I think we're going to continue to go up. If you guys see this, now we're in the they fight you stage, right? It's pretty obvious. They're all angry, right? I'm not being critical of the senators and Congress. I think they're entitled to their own opinion. They were elected by the people is the assumption, right? So, but they are lashing out at crypto, okay? So max pain, I think, is based on perspective. Is it max pain for people on the sidelines? Is it max pain for the institutions, the banks that are saying we should make these things illegal? To me, it seems like institutions are the theme. So I think max pain is up because I think they're underexposed. I think they're fighting it. And if we rip to 200K, 300K, it's just going to prove like even more how much their words are falling on deaf ears, right? I mean, that would be max pain. I'm not saying they're telling the truth. I'm not saying they don't have good points about all the things they critique cryptocurrency about. I'm just talking about markets, right? And from a market perspective, it seems to me like max pain would ultimately be up for these institutions that are not embracing this technology. Okay. I also want to show you something an experienced trader who I follow said. In a bull market, everything goes way higher than you think it will. So if we have this pullback and you know, you haven't made that much money, or you haven't made much theoretical money, you know, I would not be discouraged. I don't think it's the end of the bull run. I think we have a lot higher to go. I've been saying for a year, I think we break all-time highs by the end of the year. Now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's still possible at around the 4K range, right? But maybe I'm close. Maybe it's just past the new year. Maybe it's when the ETF gets approved, right? That was just my best guess, okay? So these are just more data points, right? Ordinals, the Bitcoin ecosystem is just like absolutely ripping now. What this wash trading means, so on and so forth, I don't know. But clearly Bitcoin is in the lead in terms of NFT sales, growth, use, everything, the whole ecosystem. Now, other things are winning, right? Solana, he's like a, what, $30 billion market cap? I could look it up, but I don't really feel the need to. Bitcoin's at 800 billion, right? So it feels like Solana's going absolutely crazy, right? But that doesn't mean the tokens under it are doing as well as BRC20, so on and so forth, right? And I just want to say, everybody gets like crazy FOMO when they see a tweet about somebody making 100 grand by using an app, so on and so forth. There are risks to that, right? I mean, I've seen people in these discords get their funds drained because they signed up for an app, they use their wallet, so on and so forth. So if you're going to do new things, I suggest you use a new wallet. You be very careful, right? I mean, not everybody gets rich. It's very, very difficult, okay? I mean, I've been at this for 6 years. Don't let people tell you otherwise unless I'm living in a fantasy and my IQ is 4, okay? Now, I suggest you go look at your BRC20s. Just look at the charts. I'm going to not mention any specific ones that I like, but I think we continue to have these downward wedges, right? I mean, I'll start typing in some ones that maybe I've referenced in the past, maybe not. Right, you want to be checking the holders. Is it going up? Right, you want to be looking at the chart. You know, the 30-day. What is the formation like? To me, it seems like we're in a consolidation. We're in these wedges forming again. I'm still bullish, right? If we have a black swan, something tanks. Obviously, these things are illiquid. They're going to tank, right? Nobody promised you that you were going to become rich. But to me, the market structure still seems bullish. It still seems like people are on the sidelines. Very few are talking about it. The people who are talking about it were involved from last cycle, didn't make much money, right? And are starting to realize, oh, this is coming back. There's no new people. I feel like, you know, no new people, right? That's relative. But like the masses have not arrived and started FOMOing yet, right? So again, this is track, right? You had this, what did we have 30 days ago, right? We had this bull pennant here. Oh, I don't like that one. Let's do 14. 90 days. Okay, we had this bull pennant, right? I think we're going to form some type of pennant here. Hopefully it goes back up and starts consolidating. Remember, this was like a 2-week period, okay? And it's only been like 2 days since we started having a correction, okay? So that's what I mean by days feel like weeks and months. It's brutal, right? You go from euphoria to, oh my God, am I making the right decision? Should I make profits, right? You have to really believe, right? And you have to be willing to step on the edge and believe in something if you want to make life-changing money. Now, you can make a lot of money. I'm not suggesting you don't take profits. I think you should do whatever you want. Remember, never follow what I say. I'm just giving you my ideas and concepts so you can do whatever you want with them, right? Okay, so this is also more points. Sotheby's did an auction. I hope I pronounced that right. For inscriptions, early inscriptions, NFTs, so on and so forth, right? So big names are coming into this. So I don't think this is the end. I think this is just the beginning. Now, let's talk about stacks, right? We obviously butted up into this, and traders are going to take profit, okay? Now, let me see if I can... how do I move this over without... There we go. Okay, so obviously traders are going to take profits there. If you just thought we were going to go straight vertical... I don't know why you thought that, right? I even made a chart, I think, the other day saying, like, if you're a trader, right, and we break here, I mean, this is where we're going to go, right? I don't know why I can't draw anymore, but you know, it was around here. If you could see my scroller thing here. So obviously we came up to, see, it's completely broken. Let me see why, if I refresh this, what we got going on here, boys and girls. Let's see, this is Chacks. Let's go to stacks. Okay, right. Hey, look, see, now it showed up. Yeah, it just had to reload. Okay, so yeah, that's the trade. Okay, obviously once it broke here, right, it popped and it's going to pull back, right? Now, is this a giant cup and handle? Who really knows? Are we going to go back up? I think if the bullish trend will continue if Bitcoin continues to go up, right? What's also going for it? I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. This thing just, this company, Figment, just came out, institutional stacking. I assume I would do more research onto that, but it's also playing into that institutional theme I've been talking about going into the Bitcoin ecosystem. So I don't think we've felt the effect of this institutional money because the ETF has not been approved. Now, when will we feel that? We might feel it as soon as the ETF is approved, or a few months after. It's anything is possible. You have to be patient, or you have to live that euphoric life where it just goes straight vertical. Okay, you have to be invested in these products that you believe in, though, whether that's stacks or the other ones, Polygon, you know, Ethereum, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's talk about DIKO, Alex, right? Because those have had a bit of a pullback, but this is a pretty good signal to me. Stacks total value about to double. Crazy it took this long. Philip is one of the top builders in the ecosystem, right? So they're coming out with liquid staking, and I just wanted to give you some facts on this, right? DIKO has a total value locked, right? And compared to the actual market cap, right? So you have 6.7 million. If you go to market cap, I don't know if it says it says the market cap 12 million, 9 million. So it's around 9, 10, 12 million, right? So it's pretty on par. It's like an FDV valuation to total value lock of like 1, right? So that's telling me this is not too crazy overvalued. Now, whether that's a good metric, I can't tell you, but I'm thinking that it's not overvalued. So if I like this project, I would be a buyer at this point, right? Now, Alex has a little bit of a higher premium on top of it, right? So if you think about like an Amazon stock, right, you're paying a premium to own that stock because you're paying for growth, right? So same thing here. The total value locked is only in 30 million, but their market cap is around 92 million, right? Oh, and so was that the market cap? No, see, it didn't say market cap that easily, right? So obviously there's a premium, right? Not as much as locked up in these vaults or lending protocols that they offer as the market cap, right? But that's okay. That doesn't mean it's not a good investment. I actually prefer Alex over DIKO, but even though I think DIKO is also good, and I have both of these in these theoretical portfolios to see how they perform over time. But those are metrics you should be paying attention to if you're a long-term investor. Okay, we can go to Alex Labs. Let's type it in just to get an idea, right? 1422, right? We hit that. We hit like a huge milestone crossing 20 cents, right? Now, whether we form some type of bottom and then keep going up, it's to be seen, but we'll see, right? And then let's go to DIKO. All right, same thing. We had this huge surge to 13 cents or so. We pulled back, right? Same type of thing, going down in the same manner as Alex. Again, this is predicated on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pumps, you know, stacks is going to pump, this is going to pump, right? These are going to pump more than stacks, so on and so forth. So if you like these, I would be a buyer here, right? Because I feel like we're in a bull run, right? And I'm learning that. And, you know, maybe in the bear market, I'd be a seller or a buyer. You know, it's all dependent. But to me, I feel like we're in a bull run. So that's just what I wanted to talk about today. I hope this information is helpful. Remember, all these things are very risky. You cannot put your theoretical portfolio in everything. Try not to FOMO like me. I'm still learning too, okay? So don't hold my feet to the fire just yet. You can call me Sweet Baby Hunch. Bye-bye.